What's happening, loungers? I hope everybody is doing as great as I am today. For everybody that will catch the replay on this, I know that there were a lot of people that are definitely going to catch the replay because of who I have tagged into this video. And I've done it on absolute purpose, okay? Make sure that y'all tag this out. Make sure y'all share this video out. Make sure that you are hitting the like button, the dislike button. It doesn't matter. So we can get this into the algorithm because we absolutely need DeKalb County to see this. We need the Shade Room to see this, Tucker High School to see this, okay? And the people that are looking at these videos to also see this. I am also going to release this on my TikTok, on Black Lounge TikTok, okay? I'm going to release this on my Instagram as well, okay? Because I am not playing around with this horror at all, okay? See, we are going to be clear when we're talking about being clear. No, we are going to be clearer of exactly who this woman is and exactly what her agenda is, okay? I am not playing around at all, okay? So we are going to get to the bottom of this problem today. Make sure, again, you guys are hitting the like button because we're going to get right into this. I'm also going to talk a little bit about Shakim and possibly some harassment and stalking that is going on now with DeKalb County with this woman and the history of this woman and how she definitely does do a lot of stalking and a lot of harassing of Black people. This is a history that this woman has taken on and she has done for a long time. So we are going to get right into this, guys, okay? Shout out to everybody who is in the building. Damn My Opinion, definitely appreciate you for being in the building. Riz Lyricist, one of my faves, I appreciate you as well. Officer Pillsbury TV, I appreciate you. Salute to you. And what you going to do about it, Alan? I definitely appreciate you. You said, oh, yeah, Miss T. Pre, I'm here and dressed for this. Okay, we're going to cook this chick today because, again, we are not playing around with this Karen, okay? Because literally that is what she is acting like. And we're going to get to the bottom of why she's acting like this. Everybody's going to get a copy of the playlist that I have already on Tuck of all this evidence, that's behind everything that I'm going to say. So if we want to look at videos, they are going to have the opportunity to look at that side of these videos as well, okay? And take, kind of get your own and take your own inventory of what you think is really going on with this Karen, okay? And how she's been behaving like this with multiple professional Black people, and she is working with a white supremacist group while doing so, okay? So we are definitely going to get into all of this today. Definitely appreciate all of the support and the effort that is going out and trying to fight this demon. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into this today. Vici, you said, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. One of my longest standing loungers. I appreciate you being in the building. You said this campaign they're on is some evil-ish. I can't F with it. And I agree with you. It is absolutely demonic, okay? Particularly how these children are being put in harm's way with them posting this stuff on YouTube and carrying on, and on TikTok and carrying on. And these are innocent children that this is happening to. So we're going to get into all of this stuff. Redbone with the new money. Definitely appreciate you being in the building, sis. You said, hey, Miss T. Pre in chat. And Officer Pillsbury, you said, I'm a share. Okay, thank you. Everybody share this out so that this gets out to the masses. Brixton, I appreciate you as well for being in the building. You said, peace, Miss T. Pre. What's up, Too Big for Skinny Jeans? Salute to you and definitely appreciate you for being in here. Muslim, one of my faves in here. I appreciate you. You said, Black Lounge Divine. You said, peace to the chat. And the beautiful Bernice, definitely appreciate you as well. Phantasm, the tall man. All right, appreciate you. You said the godmother, definitely appreciate that. You said good morning to beautiful Bernice. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into this hot topic right now. Again, make sure that you guys are hitting the like. Make sure that you are sharing the show out so that we can get right into this, guys. Let's go. So today I'm not going to spend much time actually revealing any new information about her, okay? I don't feel like I need to. I think that there's enough that's already released publicly in regards to breaking the culture of silence, aka Beauty by Pixies, aka Andrea Garrison. Okay. I think there's enough information that's public and already available for people to see on their own, where we don't have to really release anything new. Okay. Now, we do have a wide array of much more information to release about her that is quite damaging, okay, to her character, quite damaging to her reputation. And all of it is actual fact, okay, and can be backed up with actual factual information, court documents, court records, and so forth and so on, okay? However, I don't feel the need to release more information that would be more damning, because then I would become her, right? Then I would become exactly what I hate and despise. So there's really no reason for me to do that, okay? But what has already been publicized and has been placed out in the public, we are sharing, okay? And we're just going to go ahead and continue to share this out even further of an audience than we have here on YouTube already. I want to be clear, first of all, for why I'm doing this, okay? And again, my name is Tanisha, for those of you who will be listening to this and will know exactly and understand where I am coming from with this. I actually went into a podcast deal with this young lady last year in 2022, where we were attempting to do a podcast together. And it turned out that she was actually attempting to scam myself and another young man who was unfortunately taking part in her shenanigans with this. And it just didn't go through. Either way, with the scamming that she did, she attempted to go on a smear campaign with my name, and she added my children to this smear campaign. I then went and showed the evidence of factual truth about her and what was really going on in the situation. And I have that as a playlist on my channel. It's called the Vixen Chronicles, and anybody can look at this. It's a public video. It'll take you about 2 days to go through the full playlist if you decided to do it. But this is a wide known and well known playlist, so you're most definitely able to go through it and see some of the many lies that this woman has told, including on abandoning her own children, leaving her own children, not taking care of her own children, all while being a dungeon whore. And this is all evidence that is true, factual, and can be backed up. And she actually admits to quite a bit of this stuff. So we have all of that on a playlist for anybody that would like to take a look at that. But either way, the bottom line is this is something that I have personally experienced with her until I had to actually stop her, okay, by telling the actual truth and by revealing the truth about her, okay? In doing that, she did stop dead in her tracks with the lies that she was trying to tell on me. She had tried to say I was a prostitute, and it turns out she's actually a prostitute. She tried to say all kinds of stuff about me as a parent, and it turned out she doesn't even take care of her children. As a matter of fact, they don't even know her, and so forth and so on. So it's particularly eerie that she would be coming after this professional Black woman here in DeKalb County, or there in DeKalb County at Tucker High School, simply because this woman said exactly the truth about her, which is the fact that she's a prostitute, okay? A known prostitute, which she has claimed that she is a prostitute. She has let the public know that she's a prostitute. She has also, let the public know finally and admitted to the fact that she does have these children, but that she abandoned them, okay? And these are the things that Carrie Ann, which is the teacher at Tucker High School, actually said. That's all she said. She didn't race attack her. And I'll get into the race attack part in just a moment, but she never race attacked her or anything. She just spoke the truth about this woman. And this woman is so angry at the truth that instead of fixing the truth, right, and getting into the lives of her children and stopping her profession as a professional whore at a dungeon, instead of doing those things, she would rather harass and stalk the DeKalb County Public Schools and harass and stalk the principal and the superintendent at Tucker High School, harass and stalk the cheerleading team at Tucker High School and put these black girls' faces on YouTube just to embarrass a woman who told the truth about her. That is all that happened. And that's exactly what happened to me. She just wasn't able to go that far because I was able to put her actual evidence and truth out, and that is why, she finally just stopped, dead in her tracks with the lies about me and the smear campaign that she was attempting on me. Okay. So let's be clear about one of those things. Okay. Now, we talked about this race attacking thing, which is this idea that she's using against unsuspecting people who really don't know the truth about this woman. Okay. So and she's very charming, don't get me wrong. I understand she is quite the charming person. She will attempt to make you think that she is intelligent, that she rubs shoulders with people in high places and so forth, and all these things. She'll attempt to have you believe that, right? In actuality, she is in fact a girlfriend of a prestigious man, who owns a company that does logos for multiple businesses. Okay, so he makes pretty good money for himself. She's not married to him, but he makes pretty good money for himself. He also calls her his hot wife. Okay, which if you look that information up, he has said this publicly. If you look that up, you would know that a hot wife is literally somebody who is allowed to sleep with other men, for money or for whatever it is, and he is perfectly fine with her doing that. Okay, and she is definitely that person. She works in a dungeon in New York City, and she is a whore within these dungeons. Okay, she has clients that she requests sexual acts for, and or that request sexual acts from her, and she performs these acts, and she has admitted to such RICO charges here on YouTube between her and these dungeons. Okay, so this is the kind of character that you're discussing. This is the kind of person that we're talking about. Okay, but either way, let's get into this race attacking thing, because ultimately there was a conversation when her and I were talking about this podcast, and we were on my show, and that video is still public. Okay, if it's not, I'll make sure it is, and I'll make sure that I make a thumbnail pointing it out. Okay, that way everybody knows that this is this video. Either way, and I may put a link to it in this video as well. Either way, in this video, there was a conversation between Carrie Ann, the teacher, and Breaking the Culture, which is Andrea Garrison, okay, who ended up where we were talking about slavery. And Breaking the Culture basically said that slavery is Black people's karmic debt. She ended up saying it was karmic, and the wording was ridiculously off, but she was saying karmic. Okay. Now, at the time, Carrie Ann gave her the most pushback on the panel. I was trying to keep the two of them from arguing. That'll be honest with y'all, right? I was trying to keep the two of them from arguing, and I really didn't want it to turn into such a heated debate, but it really became a big thing, and it's very understandable to be offended by such a thing. Okay, so that is when Carrie Ann basically said, as a biracial woman, you can't really relate to the pain of a unambiguous Black person in saying such a thing about our ancestors. And I very much understood where Carrie was coming from. I tried to understand what Breaking the Culture was coming from, in regards to cycles of life, in regards to how karma will come back to a person, even if it's not their problem, right? Even if it's not something that they created, but perhaps cycles in life created what happened to us. I do believe that. I don't think it's our debt, though. I think that was a bad word, right? I think that was a very bad choice of words. And, and some people chose to take it much harder than others, right? But either way, Carrie Ann has the right, whether she's a teacher, whether she's an astronaut, or whether she's a scientist, she has the right to take comments like that any way she chooses to. Okay, as long as it's within the confines of the law. And there wasn't anything that she said or did in response to what Breaking the Culture, aka Andre Garrison, said that would be, that would be deemed unlawful, or that would be deemed anything where, her job would be in jeopardy. As a matter of fact, there is a lot more videos of Carrie Ann speaking very highly of her students, very highly of her position at her job, and how much she loves working with her students and why, and particularly Black students in DeKalb County. Okay. So I think that's very important to put that out there and to be very clear that this is a Karen kind of woman that we're dealing with when she's quote unquote complaining, and how this kind of quote unquote woman shouldn't be in the presence of students, which, by the way, these, as an 11th grade teacher, this person has graduated multiple children over an extended period of time who have become a part of society in Atlanta as well as beyond. Okay. So if there is nothing that you can say negative about that, then I don't know why a simple argument or a simple, few comments on YouTube, which, by the way, these two women are thousands of miles away from each other. They have no connection with each other's lives in any way, shape, form, or fashion. They neither one of them have to watch either one's channel, or anything of that nature. There's no law that says that Andre Garrison has to be following what Carrie Ann is saying, because for me and for normal-minded people, if you dislike somebody, right, and if you dislike somebody's thought processes, the general thing to do is to just tune out of what they're talking about, as opposed to tuning in and trying to keep up with everything, keeping drop boxes with 70 pages full of information to send to a group of people who really have no interest in knowing about your beef on YouTube, right? Or have no interest in knowing about, the fact of the matter that, everything that Carrie Ann actually said about you is a fact, okay? Like, they don't care. So you're disrupting, the normal course of business for you just to be a Karen. And really, it looks like you're harassing and stalking this woman, okay? And so and I'm going to get into that too. But before I'm about to say what I'm going to say, let me say this. Shakim, let's get into Shakim real quick, because I really think, Shakim, you don't understand what you just did yesterday. And I'm going to go over Slander's video today. We're going to go over this. We're going to talk about these things because, child, you done messed up, okay? And I don't think you realize that you have. I don't think you realize, the seriousness of what you did and how far you took this. You even got Danny involved, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm not going to play the video because I want to get Slander's permission to do that, okay? But either way, I'm going to say this. You got a professional man with professional multiple businesses and multiple large businesses, right? Multiple celebrities, okay? You've gotten him involved in some BS if you're claiming that you know for a fact that Danny actually called this school and harassed this woman as well, okay? And I'm going to tell you why that's such a problem, okay? I'm going to tell you why that is such a problem. Because like I said, none of you have to watch each other. It's not like she can come and show up at your house or at your kid's school or show up somewhere at your job or show up somewhere where it's really actually having an impact on your life, okay? You literally had like 70 people watch your video, okay, this morning. So you're not that important, okay, Breaking the Culture, aka Andre Garrison. You're not that important for anybody to really be influenced over anything that Carrie Ann may say about you on YouTube, especially if what she's saying is fact, okay? Like verifiable facts, okay? Not she's just talking trash, not she's just roasting you. It's literal verifiable fact that you are a prostitute at the dungeon. It's literal verifiable fact that you have 4 children, but 2 of those children you have abandoned and you don't take care of. Okay, that is a verifiable fact. Okay, these aren't things that's just libel. This isn't slander. These are facts about you. Okay, so you don't really have any legal grounds to be contacting her employment and all this stuff, especially if you're not calling the police, right? If you feel stalked and harassed and all this, you haven't called the police. You haven't filed any charges against her. You haven't filed anything, any injunctions or anything with the courts. You're just on TikTok and on YouTube just talking shit. That's all you're doing, okay? And it's digging a hole even further for yourself, because it's people like me and other people who have actually experienced your nonsense, right? That know that you're lying. And it's the irony of the fact that you're acting like you care so much about these children, yet your own children are not in your life. Like, that is the crazy part. Can you at least get your two children, Michael and Aiden? Where are they? Can you get them before you're talking about anybody else's kids? Okay. And then posting their kids unsuspectedly. Their parents have no idea that you posted a picture of their children on YouTube just to get mad, just to get Carrie in trouble. And the only thing that you're doing is opening up the door and the can of worms for yourself and for Danny to be sued. Yes, Shakim, while you're setting up Danny to try for the sector, right? Because you want the sector to believe somehow you're winning. So you're thinking throwing Danny's name into it is really winning, when what you're doing is preparing Danny to be sued. Okay? Yeah. Sued for harassment. Okay? Sued for stalking. Because both of them, that's exactly what it looks like when somebody who literally just can't stand the fact that someone said something about them on YouTube, okay, will go this far and involve this many families, this many people, because they can't take being told the truth about themselves. They would go this far, okay? Like, I'm going to need you to see how that looks like stalking and harassment. And now that they have been sent this in the mail, right, with all of your addresses on there, right? Now we can go ahead and send this over and give this over as evidence to the cops, because this is probably what they're going to do, because you're stalking and harassing not only a veteran, okay, but you're a working veteran, right? But you're also stalking and harassing one of their employees at their school where students go. It is their job now to protect her and to protect the school and to protect those students. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to care about what Carrie Ann said about you on YouTube. They're not. And that's unfortunate for you. See, when you're blinded by anger, right? When you're blinded by rage and you don't actually go and get the support you need in life, this is the kind of stupid stuff you fall into. Okay, because that's literally what's about to happen to all of you while you guys are thinking you're winning so much. I hope you have prepared Danny for what he's about to face, right? Daniel Stark. Yeah, him. I hope you have prepared him for what he's about to face while you and your friends are throwing Daniel Stark under the bus for some BS that he probably doesn't know anything about. But because Carrie has now had damages, and they're clear damages, right? Because you're sending this stuff all over the internet and you're sending it out to the actual school. So now the school has the evidence. It's no longer your word against Carrie's. It's not. You messed up with that. You should have kept it on YouTube, right? But you chose not to. So now it's no longer your word against hers. Now everybody's involved, including the parents. Because now they probably are wondering, who is Daniel Stark that has all these logos for these major companies in the US and beyond? Who is he? Who is this man that is, who is this Jewish man that is harassing all these black people down here in DeKalb County and using race? How dare this man use race as a reason? This is what y'all have got Danny stuck in. Congratulations, Breaking the Culture. Congratulations. Because that was stupid. Because again, you couldn't take the truth. See, this photo, folks, that I have up here, these multiple photos, is just a little, little portion of what we know about this young woman. Okay, let's discuss this photo real quick. Let's talk about this photo. The top photo right there in the top left hand corner is actually Andrea Garrison. On the other side of that photo is Victor Cousins, where she's at the beach with him in Miami. And there is a picture of a check, okay, that has International Baptist Church or Inspirational Baptist Church on it. She had a copy of this check in her possession. And what she did was she sent this to a news blog and claimed that Victor Cousins was writing her checks on the church, when in actuality, she had another check at one time that had a completely different amount on it. But the question is, or no, I'm sorry, it didn't have any amount on it. The question is, why did she have a copy of all of these checks in her possession to the point where she's able to write out a check anytime she feels like it? Yeah, because that's what the bottom picture shows, where one of her actual roommates discussed this and talked about how she had a copy of these checks in her possession. Yeah, she believes she stole a check from you, saying that you gave it to her to pay her rent. So she had given this young lady a copy of the same yellow checks for rent for a totally different amount than what she showed to the people at the magazine. See, this is the kind of dishonest woman we're talking about when we're talking about Beauty by Pixies, aka Breaking the Culture of Silence, aka Andrea Garrison. Okay, we're talking about this kind of person. Then we've got a picture of her in the middle here at the top, where you see the name Aiden written on her arm, is tattooed on her arm. Breaking the Culture, aka Beauty by Pixies, aka Andrea Garrison, has spent months, if not years, on YouTube trying to prove to everybody that she only has two children. Okay, one of them being her son and her daughter, who do live in the house with her and Danny. Okay, but she has two other sons. One is named Michael, who is being raised by his grandmother and was introduced to the world and introduced to the sector by a man named Daryl Moore. Shout out to Daryl Moore for his interview with Michael's grandmother, okay, because she had been so venomous towards Daryl Moore as well until he had to stop her in her tracks like I did. Okay, so shout out to Daryl Moore. Everybody make sure they go over and check out his videos as well on her, okay? And then she then told us, so we all only knew about Michael until the grandmother let us know that there's another child named Aiden, okay? And Aiden is older than Michael. Aiden would be about 17 years old now, and Michael is about 14 going on 15 now, okay? So this was about maybe 2 or 3 years ago when she did this interview. About 2 years ago when she did this interview. And this is a picture of Andrea Garrison in one of her, what she claims to be a modeling picture. I don't know. She has no modeling credentials whatsoever, but she claims this is one of her model pictures. And they never put any makeup or any blotches over her tattoo that shows her son, her oldest child that she abandoned and that she claims doesn't exist. That's his name, okay? And that's proof that he exists, is that he's actually on her arm, okay? And the grandmother had mentioned him, okay? And then the other pictures here with her to this man. This is her telling Johnny, a man over in Arizona, or not Arizona, and Vegas, that she was trying to get pregnant by him and all this stuff. And not only was she getting pregnant, but was trying to get pregnant by him. There was like four other men. It was Victor Cousins. It was another man named Leon. It was another man over in Ohio, and then it was Johnny, and then it was Dr. Mike. So there was about five men that she was lying to all at the same time, claiming that she was pregnant by them, and all of them knew that she was lying because they ended up exchanging information with each other. This is how we have some of these emails. This is how we have a lot of these text messages, is because Johnny actually released this stuff to us. And there's other people as well. Okay. And then we've got the video at the bottom where Drea was talking about her son, Michael, in that video. Okay. And I'll put a link to that in the description box for you guys. And then we've got Victor Cousins here. Okay. And of course, how she had tried to go on this entire smear campaign against Victor Cousins, claiming that he was taking advantage of her and that he was doing all these things and he was stealing from the church, when it was her that stole from the church. Not only stole from the church, but stole an entire book of checks from the church and had them in her possession and was writing out her own checks on there. Yet why she never went to jail for that, I don't know. Okay, I can't answer that. I do know that she has charges all across the country in regards to check fraud, in regards to assault, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so, and this was in front of her son, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so you guys are welcome to look into this woman. It is not hard to find this information on her. You're welcome to look into this woman before you actually make any conclusions or draw any conclusions about her, okay, and about what she's actually saying out here. So I wanted to definitely bring that up as well. Now, I also want to bring up one final point, and then I'm going to get into the comments. There is a lot of comments. Shout out to everybody. But I wanted to bring up one final point before I go any for two. There's two points I want to bring up. Let's talk about Shakim and his audience, okay? Shakim, it's really a shame what we're seeing go on with you, okay? But, it's irrelevant at this point. You can choose to deal with and do whatever you want. But I want you to understand fleeting moments, okay? And what fleeting moments are. And how this is a very, very fleeting moment for you, okay? Because at the end of the day, when, I do things, I intend to do things to make it last, right? To make it continue. So oftentimes, especially lately with this channel, right, I've been very cautious about things I want to talk about or things I want to do, particularly because, you gotta pay attention to the times, that are just fleeting and not meant to stay and not meant to be, forever, right? And you want to build some more forever type of content and forever type of situations in your life, right? Period, even outside of YouTube, as opposed to having all these, for the moment kind of situations, right? So the problem that I'm having with the audience that goes into this thing with Shakim, and it's not just with Shakim, it's across the board in multiple places, but let's talk about this for a second because of how damaging and dangerous this is, okay? Oftentimes I don't watch a lot of you give the pushback that it seems you should, right? It seems to see, people that are almost afraid of speaking out and telling the truth about how how outrageous some of these things are that Shakim does. Okay. Oftentimes I've watched you guys make excuses for him and say, well, this is, he's this and he's young and this is what he does and all this, as if that makes any sense, as if that's okay, right? Because let's think about it in the sense like this, right? A thief is a thief, right? They do what they do. That's what they do, right? Are you going to just allow a thief to just take your shit, right? Because they're a thief? No, I think you're definitely going to push back if a thief is in your house, right? And a thief or you see a thief doing some dumb stuff, I'm pretty sure you're going to push back on that. You're not going to just, well, that's what they do, no. But we oftentimes try to come to this space and just forget, reality, right? And forget how, yes, this is bigger than YouTube. We know this is not, just YouTube, because if it was, then there wouldn't be a problem, right? But it's the fact that this man has involved and this woman has involved such a large group of people outside of YouTube, right? All in the name of being roasted, or all in the name of being told the truth about themselves, okay? Not being lied on, not any libel, not any slander, none of that. So then you get to, oh, well, they started it, right? Like as if that somehow just justifies the behavior, right? Or so, like if I decided to start by quote unquote starting by telling you the truth about yourself. Now, because that's what happened with Carrie Ann. Let's be real, what happened with Carrie and Shakim. She told him the truth about himself, okay? She told him how much of a derelict he is for talking about a middle-aged woman, right, who has nothing to do with him, who had no beef for him, who was not starting any beef with him, and he wanted to talk about it all in the name of pleasing some trolls, okay? So that's what he did, and Carrie Ann told him about himself, and he didn't like it. So he made live stream after live stream about Carrie, and then she finally went in on him. Now, keep in mind, he asked her, because he was making fun of her about how often she goes to her gynecologist, right? He wanted to know whether her coochie was clean and whether or not, she actually is going to the doctor and if she's clean. And so she said, okay, I'll show you my results. Where's yours? Because that's what happened, sir. That's what happened. She said, I'll show you, my bank accounts. I'll show you my deeds. I'll show you my test results. Where's yours? You didn't like that. You couldn't get beyond that because all three of those things you were not able to clearly produce. Okay. And so because of that, that is what made you call her school. And you admitted to that yesterday on Slander God's panel. Shout out to Slander God. I'm going to put a link to that video in my description box so you guys can go over to Positively Hate. Make sure that you guys do subscribe, okay? And take a look at the video because this young man admitted to all of this stuff yesterday, okay? That the only reason he is going after her is because he could not keep up with, with her truth telling on over here on YouTube, okay? And that is the reason he decided to call her job, okay? So I'm going to need everybody to go look at that. But the bottom line is this. I can kind of see why your audience won't stand up to you. Some of them will not stand up to you. There's some of them that do. There's some of them that give you pushback behind the scenes. There's some of them that don't say anything at all, right? And then there's some of them that try to justify and reason your behavior, right? Well, she started it, and well, I warned her, and all these other weird comments that I've seen some of you say, right? Which, by the way, if the shoe was on the other foot and it was you that he was calling your job, I wonder if you would have the same thought process, which is what I'm getting into right now, okay? Because that is exactly what happened to your audience members, right? Let's talk about Pacific, all right? And peace to Pacific. I haven't seen him in a long time, and I don't blame him, right? Because his whole family got doxxed. His wife was doxxed, and he's only somebody in the chat. He's not anybody that's a content creator. He wasn't out here making a bunch of, he wasn't doing any of that. He just comes into the chat rooms, into audiences, and just laughs and jokes and kikis at the jokes and stuff. And you literally doxed this man's family because you didn't like the fact that he was putting laughing emojis in the chat. That is the reason why you doxed him, because he put laughing emojis in the chat at a time when somebody was joking you. That's how sorry and how sensitive you are. So I can understand why some of your audience members, especially women, don't want to go against you. Why they don't want to just tell you the truth, right? Why they're almost afraid to be honest with you. because that is the kind of stuff you do. And that's sad. That's what I mean about fleeting moments, right? Because if anybody is just supporting you just out of fear, or it's almost like Kim Jong Un, right? Like if you say anything negative about Kim Jong Un, you and 3 generations of your family is going to pay for it. Okay. That's just how it is. And you're like that. It has to be, it has to be an echo chamber around there, right? Whatever you say, and then you break your neck all day and night, lost your job and everything, breaking your neck all day and night, going around to every channel and every space, still trying to control the narrative. Because if anybody, God forbid, if anybody says anything opposite of what you're saying and opposite of what you're trying to put out, right? God forbid if that happens. Now you got to go on a campaign against that person who said it, or a campaign against a person in the audience who's just laughing, who just agrees. Or even if they don't agree, if they're in the audience saying what's up to the content creator, saying hello, you're doxing them. That is sad. I say hashtag cancel Shakim for that. Cancel him for that. Don't even go over there. You know? Why even fool with such a content creator who can't even stand on their own 10 toes? If it is what it is, it is what it is. Why do you have to, everybody has to agree with you? And if they don't, you're doxing them. You're putting them in harm's way because they don't believe you or because they disagree with you. You need to think about your behavior with that, because there's definitely something wrong when you're doing that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. It's just absolutely ridiculous what's going on. And the final thing I'm going to talk about is breaking the culture and how it took her until us as an audience, right, gave her so much pushback on this story. Shout out to Miss Murph and the others who were really pushing back on this and asking her the tough questions, like, why did you call the school yet? Have you called the school? Have you called YouTube? Have you contacted anybody? And the answer is just no. And she claims, which we have no evidence of, she claims now that her and Danny called the school. I hope Danny did. I hope Danny is that stupid to have really made that phone call. Because all of them logos, honey, that I know about, right? I can imagine the money that's about to flow down to my sister Carrie Ann, okay? I'm just saying, if he was that dumb, okay, where his name, Daniel Stark, is attached to those logos. And people can look up his name and look up the businesses he's attached to. Let's talk about it, dummy. If he was dumb enough to actually do that, right? I hope he did. I can guarantee you're going to regret telling anybody that. You are most definitely going to regret it. You and him. And I know he's not that dumb. I hope he's not that dumb. I hope he's not that stupid. And I hope that you finally get the help that you have been needed, ma'am. I do. Breaking, I really hope you get some help, girl. You need to get off of social media. You need to stop trying to prove to all these people that you don't even know, right? People who can care less about your life. You need to stop trying to prove the opposite of what's actually true about your life. And you just need to do something about your life. If you're uncomfortable with the fact that you're a whore at a dungeon in New York City, then you need to stop being a whore at a dungeon in New York City. If you're unhappy with being a hot wife, right, for a cuckold, then you need to stop being a hot wife for a cuckold. If you're unhappy about not taking care of Aiden and not taking care of Michael, which I can definitely understand, you feeling the lowest of scum for not being in their lives for their entire life. I can definitely understand that. Then you need to do something about that, because it's never too late to try. even if they don't want nothing to do with you. What type of money? Since you want to put $1,500 with the shade room, right? Since you want to hand this money over to the shade room, right? $1,500 to tell a lie. Take half of that and give half of it to Aiden and the other half to Michael. Let's see you do that. Because isn't Aiden 17 years old? Isn't he in the 11th grade, the same year that Carrie Ann teaches to black kids? Isn't he? If you care about those kids, then you need to put your son, who is their same age, first. And you need to put some money and some effort into his life, right? Because when you're doing the right thing in life, everything else falls into place. That's how it works. And then you wouldn't even be thinking about putting this type of effort into trying to destroy somebody else's life. Because when you do that, it literally backfires on you. And it's going to continue to backfire on you until you get it right. For Aiden and for Michael's sake. Because Michael is right behind him. Ishmael is right behind him. And Malia is right behind her. So you have the four of them to care for. Okay? When you get them in order, when you get Malia and Ishmael out of the same bedroom in a 3-bedroom apartment that Danny has you as a hot wife in and has them in the same room while he's 13 and she's 9 and they sleep on bunk beds. When you get your kids together is when the universe will work in your favor. And then you don't have to worry about, because see, when the universe is working in your favor, you don't have to worry about going on smear campaigns against other people. Because truth is going to be truth regardless. Facts are going to be facts regardless. And the fact of the matter is, this woman, Carrie Ann, has already proven herself not only to her job, not only to her county, her community, but to those very same students that she graduates year after year after year. Congratulations to an intelligent, professional black woman that has her shit together, that has her engineering degree. Congratulations to this professional and the other professionals that work with her in DeKalb County and the good people of DeKalb County who have raised great children to become great people. See, you don't know anything about that, Andrea Garrison, because you're not raising your children. You're not in their life. And if it wasn't for Daniel Stark, your other 2 children wouldn't even have a roof over their heads. But at least he gave them that. But he's not even sending money for Aiden and Michael. He's actually telling people they don't exist either. Because you've lied to him enough to tell him that. But it's proven that you do. And it's proven that they do. So until you do something about that, ma'am, I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. Shout out to everybody for the super chats. Truly appreciate KK DeJour for the $5 super chat. I definitely appreciate that. As well as Vici for the $25 super chat. And D. Darrell, the Godfather, for the $50 super chat. Speak the truth. Definitely will. And I appreciate all of you for all of your comments. Let me go ahead and get over here to the top here, because we got a lot of comments to go over. There's like 110 comments in here. So shout out to everybody who is in the clouds. And I appreciate everybody. Make sure that y'all do hit the like button on the way in. And I do appreciate all of you for being here today. Let's go ahead and get into these comments here. You said, I can't believe they brainwashed little Shay Shay to do this. But then again, he said he'll do anything for money. Exactly. Like, you know, one of the things, shout out to Josephine, because she always says this, you know, if you If you take people for like the face value they are, right, they'll never disappoint you because that's exactly who he is, right? Even though that's who he is, that doesn't mean he gets a pass, though. That doesn't mean, oh, he's like that, so you're dumb for dealing with him. No, 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 no. He doesn't get a pass for that bullshit. Okay, no, he's still, on some trash. And yeah, shout out to you for that. But he definitely is the only one that I saw acting like a coon yesterday when he was actually saying, "Oh, I'll take anybody's money. I don't care who it is. It could be a racist. It could be anybody. I'll take your money and do anything." That's literally what he said, y'all. Just crazy. So clearly he is getting paid to do this. And shout out to Stefan who showed that receipt on that. Anti-Afro was also tagged in that video on that channel that they were trying to get all these people to look at. Anti-Afro was tagged in that video, guys. So it's very clear that AAS is 100% behind this. And if y'all don't know who Anti-Afro Svengali is, she is a person who works for the district attorney's office in Ventura County. And she most definitely is a white supremacist, okay? Now, I want to tell y'all something, okay? Because I shout out to YM. And it's great that you critically think because you should, okay? Listen, we have already called that voicemail. We are already aware that that voicemail does not sound like the person we hear online, okay? Yes. You ever heard of a voice changer? Just want you to know. Understand that we have already been down that road. So shout out to YM. Definitely appreciate that. But yes, she is in Ventura County, guys. You said, good afternoon, Miss T. Pre. What's up, Clark? I appreciate you. You said hello to Alan. You said good afternoon. Phantasm, the tall man. You said my webs are a signature to the many narratives that I've discovered in this sector of YouTube. Ciao. What's up? You said, what's up to Clark? You said, hey, the Muslim. You said, peace. And you said, all bark, no bite. Okay? Don't make no sense. You said, am I bugging or did Breaking the Culture just admit on her last live that she's actually a prostitute? Yes, she did. And she's admitted multiple times that she's a prostitute. Like that. So, the DeKalb County can see as well that this is the kind of character that they're dealing with is a admitted prostitute, a person who has abandoned her children. One of her children's name is Aiden. The other one's name is Michael. And again, I will put a link to the elephant pregnancy and the video on Daryl Moore's channel where he was interviewing the grandmother. I'll put a link to all of that in my description box for them to hear. You said Muslim peace, bro. You said children abandonment. Mm-hmm. You said miss children abandonment, right? You said I'm going to rewatch some of that playlist for sure. Yep. You said Brixton, mate. You said projection. What's up? Make a change. Appreciate you. And Fanda, you said Miss T. Pre, salute to you, and the chat, salute to you as well. You said Miss T. Pre, this supervisor's info is public info. He makes whatever he needs to be warned that he will also be attacked by AAS and Breaking the Culture. His pick is already associated with this mess. Yep. And that's a damn shame. So I've got them tagged in this. They're going to get a hold of this as well. The same way they would get a hold of hers, I can tag them as well. You said, OMG, they are doing all that. Yes. You said the kids are at risk and they will most certainly attack that supervisor if he doesn't comply with what they feel he should do with Carrie Ann. Exactly. Thank you for pointing that out. You said, speaking on matters of race, doesn't a race attack, right? Exactly. You said, doesn't equal a race attack. You said, at Clark, yep, this is just barely scratching the surface. They're on one. Palmer was on with her expressing gratitude to Breaking the Culture for being, quote unquote, transparent, right? You said, hello to KK du jour. You said, phantasm, goddamn LOL. You said, KK, peace, brother. You said, Riz lyricist. You said, KK, my nigga. Brixton. You said, Carrie Ann is do not exploit the youth. She was under that name in Slanders chat. She didn't go to work on Friday. Does that bother you? Okay, that's fine. You're probably Shakim or Breaking the Culture, but okay. He says, sup, what you gonna do about it? You owe me a shout out, bro. Terrence Bud Crawford won. I even called a 9th round TKO. I could have lost $50. He said, but they know that, T-Pre, if they are so intelligent, then no, Carrie Ann didn't say anything out of context. But I am seeing what they are not as intelligent as they proclaim or are pretending to be. They are definitely not, right? And it's funny how she will take things and splice videos and texts and twist words and make things appear like it's one way when it's not that. And you got to actually take the full context or the full audio. Like she don't think that Carrie can show them the full audio, right? And be like, well, this is what I really said, or this is what I really did, and they'll be like, oh, this is such a Karen. Like they're gonna end up so irritated with the fact that this woman is harassing them over such petty, stupid stuff that has nothing to do with those girls that they've posted. Has nothing to do with the school. Has nothing to do with the principal, the superintendent. Has nothing to do with any of these people. It's just she can't stand the fact that she's actually a whore. She's an admitted prostitute, and that she has admitted to not taking care of her kids. Like literally, that's the only thing that Carrie Ann said, and she's butthurt about. It's just amazing, right? But we'll see, right? You said exactly, KK de jour. He says, so old Norcross, who are you? Exactly, probably breaking the culture for sure. You said Muslim. You said Carrie Ann Gang. And Carrie would come in under her own name because she's not blocked over here. So you said old Norcross is breaking the culture, isn't it? You know it is, right? You said go over it, Queen. Well, I got to get that permission from Slander God in order to do that. Otherwise, I got time. We can definitely do it. You said greetings, Riz Lyricist. He said Officer Pillsbury. Okay. He said rock out, free. Let's go. Okay, y'all. Ow. Ow. All right, y'all. So I got to get permission from my peoples to do stuff like that. So let me go ahead and we are going to pull up the video because we're going to need the Cobb County, the Shade Room, everybody, Daniel Stark, everybody. I'm going to tag him in this too. We need everybody to see what really happened yesterday on Positively Hate, okay? Because, child, this dude was doing his damn thing. And guys, we obviously, Darrell is going to be live again today. Let me go ahead and take a look at what time. Okay, Darrell, if you're going on at 1:35, I'm going to try to finish this all up and then get over there. Okay, you said all professional in the sector are held to a standard, except exactly. So we're going to look at that too, guys. Okay, but let me go ahead and get into some Positively Hate. I know Darrell's going to give me a little time to just kind of show some of this. If y'all got some timestamps for me, let me know. Let me drop the link so that y'all can give me those timestamps if you got them. If not, it's fine too. It's fine too. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right. All right. So, because I want to get into this video, y'all, there was so many gems in this video yesterday. It was so many gems in here. It's not even funny. So I think this is the one where we were talking about the sector lunch break. Sometimes we got to slander Photon DNA. Shout out to Photon and his dusty ass, but I know he was feeling some type of way about.
Y'all just call me.
Actually, this was
sorry for the
good
wait.
video.
Let's go.
We'll get to the point where I know Shakim was on that panel. Okay, and I just want to. We're gonna rock out with the stuff he said and just kind of rock out with the things that he was doing. Okay, I'm gonna mute because I'm gonna try to find.
No, I gotta hear real critical proof out here. I'm gonna get that link for Binary's channel. My bad.
Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. We gotta get to it, y'all. Shout out to Positively Hate for letting us use this. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Okay, y'all can. Oh, this stuff buffering.
A week, all the dust to settle. Did y'all like the song?
Okay, he comes
Just
up.
all jokes aside, did y'all like the song? I thought it was catchy. I thought it was, I liked it. You feel me? But that's just me.
All right, so I asked Shakim a couple of questions on the panel, and then other people asked him questions as well. Shout out to Chad T for cooking that dude, man. I'm telling you, you had to cook his ass. That's what he really needed. That was almost like daddy, a pop coming up and telling him about
that'd be some shit right there. Trig yells in his oh no, Triggs, that was, like I said, that was just crazy.
All right, y'all. We here now. We got Shakim on the panel. Okay, so I'm gonna let this rock out and let everybody just kind of hear this.
Okay. Now, how did she get doxxed?
I don't know. Yeah, you would have to explain it to me. How? Okay, how did her information get out? There we go. That I don't know how. I haven't really heard anybody explain how they necessarily got it.
She told us her name. She told us her school district. She gave her government name, first name, middle name, and last name. So how's that doxing if you gave your name?
Okay,
I'm
I didn't know
confused.
she gave her last name and all that. I never heard it. Okay, I must have missed that
Yeah. And people can go to AS channel and watch it.
one.
Ironically.
Come on now you sending promo they way Shakim. Man, I'm shout out. Are you trolling?
No, I'm dead ass. Dead ass.
I see this nigga fooling the narratives. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Was the PayPal nice?
I haven't received any PayPals or
Okay.
any Venmos or any Zelles or any money orders. But I
Money
did get some
order.
cash apps.
Nigga. Oh shit. So is the Shay Shay and Ray Ray show back on?
We're behind the scenes, we're working on it.
Okay.
It's in pre-production right now. We got to get the paperwork right. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
So
Now this ain't gonna fuck up your and Coach's thing, right? Because she don't fuck with that nigga.
Yeah, but we're gonna try to build a bridge. You know what I mean? We're gonna try to build a bridge.
Shout out to the bridges. Well, since you're up here, fuck it. What happened last night, Shakim? I had my red cup ready. I had that little Pharaoh eye t-shirt on. I was ready for the roast. What happened, my
The
G?
I have hair rule shirt. Yeah. Basically, what happened is it was two things. So Cash App was down for everybody that doesn't know. Cash App was down for like 9 hours yesterday. So I couldn't even buy liquor, nigga. So I was like 50-50 with it anyway. And then G Gates said he didn't want the chat to be the judge. So we was trying to figure out who the judges were going to be. We didn't have the judges ready. So basically we just ran out of time and I just told LV, we just got to reschedule.
Cool.
So yeah, sorry LV, but it was just a lot of shit going on yesterday. So yesterday was wild.
The chat would like to know: are you behind the Haji Beats page?
No, nigga. If it was me, nigga, I would tell you, nigga. Like
that's what I told him on Photon shit. You would claim it. You wouldn't. You feel me? You would do it on your show. You don't need another one.
Yeah, I would claim that shit, and I would be the first person to tell you. But no, I don't know who it is. Who do y'all think it is? I don't know.
I don't know. Ooh, Riz, you snitching. Riz, chill out. Oh, sorry, man. What did he do? What did he talk about? Polite. Are you going live about that polite shit later, ain't you?
Oh, yeah. He's still claiming that the charges was dropped. This nigga threw a party. You know what I'm saying? Had a cake, a whole event talking about the charges was dropped. Did you see that?
No, I haven't seen that one yet. Well, use this clip later for it if you.
I can look at Polite until that's a long dick nigga, man. He probably over there dropping. He dropping.
FMLA, and she needs to take the rest of the year off. Why not do today instead of doing it next week? You feel me? So yeah, it was.
Why not Monday?
Contact was
Brought
made
it up in the weekend.
Well, yeah, she was gonna wait until next week, but she said, "You know what? Fuck it, I got time."
No, but I'm saying she brought it up last week. Why not just do it at the beginning of this week?
I mean, I don't know. I think she was waiting for some stuff to go through as far as paperwork and shit to be certified mail and shit. So she had to do that first. So
okay,
yeah. But if she doesn't have anything to worry about, I mean, she should be at work right now, right?
How you know she's not?
She said it. She said she took off yesterday to go to the doctor.
Did you hear how you're taunting this girl?
Taking off the rest of the year. So
literally you're taunting this woman online and then trying to claim that you're some victim. So we're just glad that all of this, that you're stupid enough to go online and talk about it. Like, we're going to let DeKalb County and everybody see all this because this is exactly what you're doing. taunting this woman, and then sending them 70 plus pages of documents. This is what you're doing. And you think the DeKalb County Police ain't going to get involved? Let's keep going.
You know she's not at work. She could actually hit the link if she wants to.
She could have been trolling with that though too.
I don't think she's trolling.
Just one of them things. Is time will tell. We'll see what happens down the road.
Yeah, we'll see. Because we can call. Like, should we call right now? No, we're not even going to do that on your show. We're going to respect your chat today because there's a lot of Carrie cats in this chat room. So we're going to do that on my show.
The vets.
On the vets. The vets are going to call the job and verify her status of employment. It's public information, and the parents have a right to know. But she can hit the link, though, if she wants to explain her new plan. You know what I'm saying? Because going on short-term and long-term disability, I would have came up with a better plan than that. You see, Binary didn't have to go on long-term disability. Binary kept working and finished this degree. So it's actually funny that she's lying about.
But Binary was definitely shook. Binary hasn't been the same since. We're not gonna act like it didn't get done what they were trying to do with it.
True. Binary's not the same troll, but he didn't get fired.
No, he didn't. But it definitely, the point got across. I'll say that with that situation. You let them know, brown sugar baby. You let them know.
Just because she's an engineer doesn't mean she's going to have a job. There's a lot of unemployed engineers. Just saying. But I thought she was a teacher. When did she become an engineer? I'm confused. So now she's an engineer. She's a quantum physicist. She's a teacher.
Yeah, I think you got to think Carrie's an older person. I'm pretty sure she did a stint in the military. Okay, LC, are we gonna get a channel from you on this polite shit? Let us know. We will be there. All right. So the petition's real. It's actually the link's been shared and all that.
Yeah, it's a real petition.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
We're going on a shade room, nigga. Like, I'm not playing.
Shade room.
I got my money. That's why my cash app was put up.
Come on, Shakim. Don't pay for no promo like that.
It's only $1,500 for Instagram posts. Nigga, like,
come on.
I'm gonna take the $500 I get from Gates. You feel me? And I'm gonna take my YouTube check on the 21st, and I'm gonna put that shit together. It should be about 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
The people you claim you not. Maybe Afro going half with you.
I mean, I haven't received any money from Afro, but
I'm not saying. I'm saying, but maybe she'll go in half with you on that. Maybe you can do that. Oh shit.
She should. She definitely should reach down in her purse and send a nigga 300 so we get this shit on the shade room.
So this is when I come on the panel, guys.
What up, Double D Cherie? How you doing, Miss Lady?
Hey, what's going on? What's up, Shakim?
Good afternoon.
I got a question for you, right? So I want y'all to pay attention to how he acts like. I want y'all to pay attention to how he acts like this is a joke. Like, even when I got on the panel, I said, "What's up, Shakim? Good afternoon." Like, he got into his whole troll joke mode. Like, this is a game. Okay, I want everybody to see how stupid this shit is. And then I want y'all to hear what he says. Superintendent, right? Like, what's your particular plan to tell him? Do you plan on telling him that, Carrie was looking for your AIDS results and, you didn't want to show that, and so that's why you're calling him? Are you going to tell him that you were looking for, she was looking for your deed that you told us you own all this property, and so she was willing, to show hers and you didn't want to show yours? Are you going to show them, that, like, what are you trying to complain about? Like, how does the beef that you and her have had online, like, add up to you calling her job? Because y'all beef has been online. Y'all been talking shit about each other online.
So why are you calling the district attorney's office if it's online? You take shit off.
Because she has taken that offline. You know that. She's taken that offline even
What
with
did
you.
she take offline with you?
Who? You talking about AAS?
Yeah.
AAS has doxed.
You don't even have a job right now, so.
Oh, I definitely.
What could she possibly do to you?
No, I didn't ask you that. See, we're not going off subject. Okay. The bottom line is, what do you plan on telling these people? Like, is it about the fact that you couldn't produce what Carrie Ann said online? Is that why you're calling her job? Okay.
Yeah, I'm calling her job to tell them.
So now I'm going to ask you this. You answered the question. So now I'm going to ask you this.
And she whipped my ass on YouTube.
You said that everybody that goes to Carrie Ann's,
you're right.
You said that everybody that goes to Carrie Ann's chat is a coon. You remember saying that? Oh, so you agree with that? You're saying that you're doubling down on all the men and the women in the sector.
Doesn't feel safe around black men.
Carrie Ann, they're coons.
Yes, she doesn't like
black problem. People. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I just want to make it clear that the reason why your ass hurt is because you can't produce any of the stuff that you said. And the same thing that happened with AAS happened to you, sir. Okay, like they are the ones that actually got
worried.
And now you're
wasn't worried.
So yes, sector. Rest my case that there are definitely agents that are working for anti, and Shakim is one of those people. Well, y'all can see for yourself. Thank you, sir. You have a great day. Make sure you show us your AIDS results as soon as you can. Have a good day, boo boo.
Can you stop talking over me? Yes, thank you. Yeah, I was saying, you should just call up there and help her out since you care so much about her job. Like, go ahead and call up there and tell the principal that I'm a liar and that, you know what I'm saying, she shouldn't be fired. But it's already too late for that, nigga. It's already too late. Carrie Ann already resigned, nigga. So, any more questions?
I think you have answered a lot, and I think next time you go live, you're going to have a lot to talk about. Man. Promo, anything you got coming up?
We're not even close to done, y'all. I want them to get all of this tea, y'all.
Cool. The tour is back, y'all. Y'all tune in 9 o'clock Eastern time.
Yep, 9 o'clock Eastern time.
There y'all go. We'll talk about the polite case.
Yes, he did.
Now she's gonna say we're
gonna play that right now. Shout out to Slander for letting us play
wise
this video.
And all knowing.
This nigga my case. Oh no.
If people really believe that shit, then y'all must be smoking crack. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that shouldn't even be a question at this point. But hey, let her run.
That's what I'm talking about, right? If it's not like group thinking, if we're not all on the same page and everybody's saying exactly what Shakim says, we're smoking crack, our job should be called, like all this stuff is, we should dox it, our wives and husbands should be doxed and everything else if we just don't agree with him. That's how sensitive this pussy is. This is how he is. It's ridiculous.
Here you play it. I hear it's a second.
We're gonna play this out though. Shout out to Slander.
This is definitely one of the more crazier ones, but hey, it's like I said, it's making its rounds. Shit. Oh my, that's a fat bricks and don't miss a fucking beat. Oh shit, wrong button.
I was sure about to mute that.
Do you want to respond to Ms. Murph?
Did you feel this way about Carrie Ann when y'all were cool? No, I mean, I didn't really pay Carrie Ann no mind. Like, just like she didn't have no issues with me until I had an issue with Nikki. So, yeah, my feelings changed once her feelings changed.
Is there any possibility a bridge could be built? Or are we past it? I feel like we might be past it, but for you, are we past it?
I'll retract my complaint to her school right now if she apologizes and sincerely does so. You know what I'm saying, in a live stream, and I'll retract my complaint, nigga. Like, on God. So yeah, we can always build a bridge. I'm not a resentful person. I can forgive people.
So do y'all hear that, DeKalb County? Do y'all hear that, the Shade Room? Do y'all hear that hashtag Tucker High School? Do you all understand that this has nothing to do with him really being concerned about Black children, him being concerned about Black babies, him being concerned about the Black community? He just simply wants her to publicly apologize to him simply because he requested to see her gynecologist testing, to see her deed to her house, and see how much money she makes. And she said, okay, no problem. I'll show you that. If you can show me your AIDS results, if you can show me your deed to your house, and you can show me that you make six figures like you've been telling us. That was the answer. And so now he wants her to go and publicly apologize. And he has been behind a white supremacist campaign to go after a teacher in DeKalb County at Tucker High School who does teach Black children. And he's using that because of his own ego. Y'all understand what y'all just heard, right? Let's go ahead and let him keep cooking this situation. Shout out to Slander God.
But I doubt she'll apologize. I doubt it.
You never know. You never know. You never know. Now, there is a new troll here.
Do not exploit youth. Who is this?
I don't know. Shakim, you and AASC to take the picture of the underage cheerleaders off of the YouTube, that page, before we get the parents of those girls involved. Okay. It was unnecessary for you to use the picture of those innocent girls for your foolishness with AAS. Oh, man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't expose the youth. Are you sub? Have you subscribed yet? I'm going to go check that count. If you ain't subscribed, hit the Cash App.
Yes, she needs to apologize to all Black men for saying that we're dangerous and violent and uncouth and unable to lead and unable to form communities and families. When she apologizes to Black men all across the diaspora, then
she didn't say that. She never said that, actually. She was talking about there's a few men that she had talked about that she had experiences with. And she talked about that. And they're trying to make this and splice this into, like she's saying, every Black man in the world. And that's not true. So, yeah, this is what they're trying to do against this Black woman.
I'll consider.
But yet, just a minute ago, he told y'all if she just apologizes to me, right? Well, basically, he wants her to apologize for embarrassing him. Okay, and he's embarrassed over the truth. But he's the one that told us all these lies. So that's not her fault.
Retracting my complaint, because then she'll be less dangerous to her male students. So yes, that's on the table. But again, the only person she's apologized to is P. I think that's the only person I've ever seen her actually apologize to. So yeah, we'll wait.
All right. So there is potential. Just now we got to see the ball's in your court, Carrie. The ball's in your court.
I tried to tell them that too big. Hold on, let me pause this real quick because I'm gonna go ahead and do a little commentary while we're looking at this too. I tried to tell them that yesterday. I lived in Georgia before. I lived in Atlanta before, and they don't play that shit down there. Okay, like it's very conservative down there. It's a Bible belt. There's all kinds of different types of churches down there. and it's family oriented, right? But they don't play that racist bullshit down there. Like, not the racist stuff she's talking about. They're already aware of the fact that Black people have experienced for centuries colorism and, various things from biracial people and different things like that. These are things that people in Atlanta are used to. They have already experienced. They are already aware of. It is a rich Black culture. Okay, so it's not the same as Arizona over there with binary, right? In Phoenix, in the Phoenix public school system, it's not the same, bro. Okay, it is a completely different environment. It's like its own world in Atlanta. Okay, you have no idea how, sometimes the Ku Klux Klan would march down in Stone Mountain, right? And Black people would be standing out there with them with their shit, right? Like, y'all have no idea the culture down there that you're facing. It's not the same. So yes, they don't play this down there. I don't know why they think they're going to get away with this. Like, they're going to jump on the opportunity to have somebody like you prosecuted. Like, this is what's about to happen. Like, they just have no idea what they got themselves involved in. And then you got the nerve to be name dropping people like Daniel Stark, right? And saying that he did this too. And it's like, bro, do you know the businesses that are at risk? When you're talking about race and all these things, because you're adding Daniel Stark's name to it, and he is the one that is creating the logos behind these businesses. He is the reason why these businesses are as doing as well as they are. Like, bro, do you really know what you're doing? You don't, do you? No, because you're so blinded by these spirits that's all around you. You can't even hear what's being said. You can't even hear the devil talking. But we're gonna go ahead and let the devil keep talking, because everybody about to come up here and start cooking you. I want to get this part right here. Make a change coming on the panel. Shout out to Make a Change, because he always out here making a change. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Shout out to DeKalb County, Beauty by Pixies, the Shade Room. Let's get
Carrie,
it.
the way
Share the show.
Carrie's feeling towards Black men, she voiced that from day one. Would you agree with that? From the first time she came into the sector and hit the panel, she voiced how she felt. Is that correct? Would you agree with that?
I didn't watch her first show, so I'm not sure.
So you're saying, wait, how didn't you watch it? Because you were part of you were part of the debate, the debate with Ghost when Carrie came up on there. So how you mean you didn't watch it?
I never really watched her channel like that. Like,
but you didn't have to watch it because you were debating with Ghost on LV's channel, and she came out during the after show and made some of her statements. So I'm just trying to say, weren't you not there?
I was present at times, and other times I may not, or may have been present. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. The reason why I'm asking is because you were cool with her and you were taking her cash apps. So if you felt a way about her, what she said about Black men, and why didn't you do something then? Why is it now that you and her fall out, that you want to say all the stuff that people are coons when you were gladly accepting her cash apps back then, right?
That was back then. This is not today. As of right now,
but she said the stuff the first time she came into the sector. So, and she said she has always been vocal how she feels. It's not news to anybody. So is your motives really because what she said, or is it because you and her had a roast that, some people would say that she got the better of you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely still just so hurt about her roast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about her roasting skills. She's the queen of the sector, and I got roasted. You're right.
Just be a man and say that, dude. You don't have to make up any stuff. Just say, hey, I'm calling because of this. Don't make stuff up and say it's because of Black. Come on, dude. And this, you talking about that you want to protect her, and you were the same person that was making false CPS claim to remove parents away from their kids. So how could you say now you want to be like, oh, I'm for Black kids? Yeah.
Lennon Hunter's not Black, first of all. Lennon Hunter's not Black. I
Dude,
never called
Lennon
CPS
honors
anybody
kids is going to
black.
be considered black. Come on, man.
So I wanted y'all also, DeKalb County and the Shade Room and Tucker High School, to hear this man letting you know that he is admitting to making false CPS claims against people for YouTube drama. Like, and literally, it's not even drama. He is talking trash about these larger content creators and using their content, and then they're putting copyright strikes. Like Lennon Honor put several copyright strikes against Shakim Ra, and he lost his channel because of it. And because of that, he went on live and called Medicaid and Medicare, Section 8, which turns out none of these people are even dealing with Lennon. And he called CPS on Lennon to try to get his children removed from his wonderful, loving household, all because this man sent YouTube copyright strikes against him and enough copyright strikes to get his channel taken down for harassment. So now you see what type of character you're dealing with when it comes to this man who decided as a coon he was going to become the face of this white supremacist movement. Now let's go ahead and keep going. Shout out to Slander again for allowing us to use this in fair use.
Man.
He does not consider himself black.
I don't care what he's considered himself to be.
Just because you're light skinned does not make you black. All right. He does not consider himself African American.
I don't care what he's considered
or anything. So as far as we know, Lennon Honor is half Filipino and something else.
Okay, so you're saying so then because his kids is light skinned, what you did is justifiable.
You said that I'm going after black families, did you not?
Well, I would consider Lennon black. I don't care. You may
That's
not.
That's debatable. Okay.
Okay.
Is he unambiguously black? No.
So now we use it. So now that's the litmus test that we're gonna use to say who we're gonna call. Dude, just be honest why you calling, man. You don't have to make something up to pretend that you want that all of a sudden now you want to.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think Carrie Ann would be a good teacher for your children?
But that's not the question, though. That's not the question. The question is
not the question.
It's not. Because the question is, are you
Binary's job was called, and Carrie Ann was one of those people, correct?
Sir, you were her friend. You were taking her cash up when she was saying all of this. You didn't call at that time. You never said, hey, I'm not going to be your friend because of you saying all of this stuff. You had no problem with it. You were accepting her money. You were chummy with her.
I didn't even know where she worked at the time. I just found out where she worked.
Dude, she always said she was a teacher.
But she
never had a problem with it. If you had a problem with it, you could have said that from the beginning. You
always have to react right away when somebody does something.
Come on, dude. You're just pulling all kind of straws now.
I don't have to react when you feel like I should react. I'm going to react when I get ready to react. Now I feel like reacting.
Come on, man.
So it's all good.
Come on, man.
I can react when I get ready, just like everybody else.
Okay. So it was fine.
Oh, you're gonna call? You didn't answer the question. Would you want her teaching your kids? Yes or no? I answer your question.
Teaching my kids? Well, I teach my own kids, man. So I don't have to worry about Carrie teaching my kids, man.
But would you allow her to teach your children? Yes or no?
I don't see anything wrong with her.
Really? You don't see anything wrong with communism and socialism?
So again.
And black,
there's a lot.
He said, this grown man told Shakim, I don't see anything wrong with her. And that was not enough for Shakim. Shakim needed him to agree with him in some way, to validate him in some way, because that is all this is about. Shakim is so butthurt that he is not validated over him lying and trying and attempting to drag multiple women in the first place, right? Because that's what this is all about. Shakim was attempting to drag Nikki, and her friend Carrie Ann stood up for her. And Shakim and people like Shakim be shocked when another woman will stand up for another woman, especially in the presence of other men who aren't standing up, right? In fear that they're going to get doxxed too, or their wife is going to get doxxed too. So they go along to get along instead of just standing up to this dude. This is the kind of stuff that the women in this sector are facing, right? Not everybody, but there's several men like that don't have a problem with it all because they don't like something Carrie Ann said. And so because of something she said, in their warped minds, they think that all this space is all there is. When you can't make excuses for those children that are at Tucker High School being all on social media because these people don't know how to control themselves emotionally. They're not emotionally mature. They don't get that you can say something and play the dozens and say something about somebody and move on with your life. Especially if you started the whole argument when you said, show me what your tootie looked like. And I can't believe, you haven't been to the doctors in this long. I want to see your test results, and I want to see the deed to your house, and I want to see how much money you're really making. And she's like, okay, I'm going to show it to you. But as long as you show me your AIDS test results, when you show me your deed to your house, because these are all things you told us, right? Your 6 figures, and you couldn't come up with it. And she kept asking for it and asking for it. And it was funny, and everybody laughed about it. And because everybody laughed, this is why you're calling her job. Are you serious? Nobody can justify that. I don't care who, quote unquote, started it in your eyes, because none of you would be okay with this man calling your husband or your wife. None of you would be okay with this man calling your supervisor over you disagreeing with him, which he has a history of. But just because he has a history of it doesn't mean we now all need to be afraid and we can't speak on this dude, this pussy ass nigga. No, that's not how that works, okay? He is not going to have us afraid of speaking on him. Okay? No, he's not going to do that. No, we're going to speak on him, and that's it. That's like locking yourself in the house and locking everything away because you're afraid somebody's going to break in and somebody's going to steal from you. So you'll never leave and never go anywhere because you shouldn't have went nowhere because somebody robbed you. Are you kidding me? Stop making excuses for coon behavior. Period. Let's go. Let's keep going.
A lot of teachers that, there's a lot of teachers that believe in socialism, right? And there's teachers that believe in different viewpoints. You know that, right?
Do you want your children to be indoctrinated into communism? Is that something you support? I'm confused.
A teacher is not going to indoctrinate my kids into anything, dude. My kids spend most of their time with me. I'm not. This is where they get. This is most of their stuff is coming from what kids learn more from their parents than their teachers, right? That's where they are most of the times. You know that there's teachers at your school that they believe in totally opposite.
I've never had a teacher. Right? I've never had a teacher tell me, that she believes in communism and anything like that.
I
would definitely let my son be taught by her, and I would most definitely let my son go to her school before he went to Amun-Ra University. I'm just saying, let's go ahead and keep going.
He's telling her kids that at school?
We don't know if she is.
Okay, so exactly.
It's possible that she is, though.
Exactly. So you're making an assumption. You're making an assumption that that's what she's doing at her school.
But it's possible, and it should be investigated, should it not?
Is he seriously going on the possibility? Because this woman has, let's break that down real quick, okay? Let's break this down. Let's talk about this, because even SC Johnson just said this, right? You said, truth be told, we do not fully know the views of our children's teachers, and we don't, right? Our children's teachers, though, are people, right? They are human beings that live everyday lives. They have husbands, wives, kids. Some of them don't, right? They just live everyday lives. Some go on vacation. Some don't go on vacation. Some are fully dedicated to being a teacher. Some are not, right? But either way, even the most dedicated teachers have their own ideas and their own opinions about things. And I want to make that very clear. Shout out to Binary, who is also a teacher, who is also an educator, right? Who understands that because, and I know he gets on here and tries to make up this whole idea that, you know, yes, I deserved what happened to me. Now, I'm going to talk about this Binary because if you're talking about in the sense of when you were telling the public and Kiki laughing when you were telling the public about how you were groping three unsuspecting women, right? If that is what you got in trouble for, then I would absolutely understand why this, they would call your school and this information would be brought to the light of the school in light of the fact that you work directly with special needs children, right? Yes, that would be something, even though it's not the same. And that's what I was helping to argue, right? At that time, that's not the same. It's not the same as touching kids, right? But it's most definitely alarming, okay? And I could understand if somebody is wanting to contact your job. Would I do it? No. But I can understand for that. Now it has been twisted into this whole idea that the only reason that your job was called is because of the children that were being shown on Instagram, right? That is not the only reason why people were going after your job. Okay. It was not only that, but it was the groping of the women in particular that you thought was so funny, right? That you changed the story to multiple times and it ended up being they were your swingers or some bullshit that you told us after people started wanting to contact your job, right? So that was what happened. And now you're trying to twist this whole thing as if Carrie is in the same situation. And she absolutely isn't. Number one, she has never admitted to doing anything illegal to anybody, okay? Which groping is illegal, by the way. But there, without an unsuspecting woman is illegal, okay? That's number one. So she never admitted to anything like that. She has never had her children exploited all over YouTube, okay? And showing, the teachers and the students and all that stuff. She's never done that. Okay, that was you, sir. Okay, so your situation is apples to oranges when it literally apples to limes. Okay, when it comes to that. Okay, it's not the same at all whatsoever. Okay, it's like it's sand to brick. Okay, it's not the same. Okay, so with that situation, and also the district and the area that you're in is not the same either. But I want you to stop also making it as if it was still okay for somebody to overstep their boundaries and to get you fired for something that they don't really have to be involved with, right? And they weren't doing it for good and righteous reasons. They were doing it to go after you, right? They were doing it to come for you as opposed to doing it because they really had righteous reasons, right? Now, there was a couple of people that were trying to come for you because they really felt like they couldn't believe you had admitted to groping women, unsuspectedly, right? But let's, that even with that, right? In my mind, I would not have been contacting, but I can't speak on why people would. That is not the same situation with Carrie Ann. She literally roasted them. Okay, she roasted them. She talked and told the truth about breaking the culture and told the truth about Shakim. And in her doing that, okay, that is when they decided to call her job. That is not the same, sir. I'm sorry. You can never, ever justify that no matter how much you want to. And again, that does not compare anywhere close to groping some women, okay, and putting the children who, by the way, you allegedly had permission to have them on your Instagram, right? And you allegedly had, permission to be able to post them on there, which I could see you did, right? And then, but to have them on YouTube is a different story, okay? So I know the parents didn't have given you permission to do that and then say that you're using them as bait, okay? So that is probably why you got in a lot more trouble and you want to see this woman suffer the same way, okay? Because she doesn't like you, okay? And she doesn't like Star and she doesn't like breaking. So here you are double dutching and pussy popping and popping your gum in the middle of these arguments with these women trying to justify some nonsense. Now, Mr. PhD, let's go ahead and keep going.
Let's keep it real.
what did Binary do? Binary put kids up on that. He said he used the kids as bait.
Binary had a
So
waiver.
he hold on. He directly linked his kids to this stuff by saying he used his kids in his class as bait. Did Carrie say she used her? Where did Carrie link her kids exactly to this
Carrie
stuff?
came online and she told everybody she had a student that was homeless, that didn't have clothes, that was
You know teachers do that all the time, right?
Listen to this,
But
y'all.
she was collecting money to get him clothes, though. Shakim.
Yeah.
Exactly. So she
Teachers
brought her.
do that all
She
the
brought her
time.
classroom
Teachers do
to
that
this.
all the time.
My point is,
Did she give the kid's name? Did she give the kid's name, identity? No.
it doesn't matter. She brought her son.
Dude,
She
you
brought
know
her child that was in her class to this sector. She talked about his personal business. So if she
Dude.
would do that, then she cannot be trusted to protect students' personal information. And
You
that's just one
understand
example.
that
DeKalb County, do y'all hear how he's stretching this? Y'all hear this narrative he's stretching for the sake of YouTube drama, okay? Literally, he's trying to push this narrative that somehow she's giving out a student's information. And she didn't. She never gave any names, no information. He's admitting to that. I want y'all to hear this.
teachers and schools do that all the time, right?
And how
that
this
they
happens
raise
all the
money
time.
for kids at their school. She didn't give any of his personal information or her personal information.
She shouldn't have given any information about her student. She shouldn't have raised money from the sector for her student. Like all of that shit was inappropriate.
How is that inappropriate? How is that inappropriate?
If she really was concerned about that child, she could have went and bought the coat herself. She didn't have to come tell the sector that her student is over here poor and hungry and cold and dirty and not being taken care of by his black ass, dirty ass, no shit ass parents. Like that's a whole narrative that
Nobody
she put out here
said
about
any of
black
that.
people.
He's adding all this fluff to this story, y'all. Just to let y'all know, he is adding all this fluff because that's what fluffy guys do.
Okay. I didn't make her come to the sector and tell that. I've had teachers buy me shit, but they didn't come online and tell everybody they did it.
How does he know?
How do you know they didn't?
How does he know if he had teachers that had to buy him things, right? Why would he feel any kind of way about this teacher buying and getting help for her student? How does that, like, this is a broken soul talking, clearly, right? Because nobody would be angry about charity for a child in need, especially if he has been that same type of child in need where a teacher got stuff together to make sure he had things. He doesn't think that there was fundraising and that they went and asked other people for help for that. He really thinks, like, is he serious right now? Like, this is how much he's reaching for the stars.
Raise money.
Why would they have to come to the sector of all places? Of all places, you don't come to the sector to raise money for a child?
Why not?
He can't
why
answer
do
that.
it?
He can't answer why not.
What's wrong with it? If my neighbor right now, let's say their house burnt down and I wanted to raise money and I came to the sector and say, hey, my neighbor needs help, and people decide to help, what's wrong with that?
I'm not going to come to, okay, if there's a child that needs my help, I'm not going to come to the sector and ask the sector to help this child. I'm going to help that child myself. I'm grown. So if you can't help, then you don't need to be online asking other people.
What are you talking about, dude? People ask people to help for cause.
Do y'all know how many rich people have like galas where they raise money for like large charities, and they have other things that they do to raise money to support, you know, children in the community and stuff like that? That happens all the time. That has nothing to do with being grown and can do it myself. This is clearly a person and that has no idea about finances, that doesn't understand finances, somebody who has no understanding of any of these things, no understanding of family, no understanding of charity, no understanding of giving, nothing, just talking and just trying to be right because he knows he's wrong, but he just, for the sector, for internet purposes, he's trying to be right so bad that he's filibustering his own words. And this is sad because, again, at DeKalb County, at the Shade Room, at Tucker High School, This is what he's trying to set this woman up for and with. This is what he's saying. Let's go ahead and keep it moving.
This all the time. That doesn't mean that they can help on their own. They just trying to, as a collective, trying to help. What are you talking about? You're not even making any sense, dude.
I'm making perfect sense. I'm making
You're
perfect sense. If she really wanted that child to have a coach, she didn't have to come tell a sob story about how poor he is and how hungry he is. All she had to do was go buy him a coat and call it a day. But she wanted to tell the sector that she's Mother Teresa and that she loves the kids.
About? If
and
you want to
she
make an
just needs
argument,
our
make a
money for
proper
what?
argument, man. Make a proper argument, dude.
I'm making a proper argument.
People raise money for stuff all the time to help out students. What are you talking about?
People do not raise money all the time to help students. If a teacher wants to come out of their own pocket to help a student, that's on them. Nobody's forcing you to help this child. You're not the child's parent. You're not their guardian. You're not related to the child. Like, no, you're not obligated to help anybody's children, ma'am. You only make
She's not obligated
a year.
Correct. She's not obligated. She was doing that out of the generous of her heart to help us.
You don't know what her intentions were. You don't know what her
what was her intentions though? That's what you tell me what it was.
I'm telling you, her intention was to try to be Mother Teresa and to try to pretend that she's, you know what I'm saying, Mother of the Year to her students, when she don't give a fuck about them kids.
Oh, so you know what? Okay, so now you're telling me you know her intention for her students. You know how she feel about her students.
She said, "Fuck them kids." I got the clip. She don't give a fuck about them kids.
Okay.
She's just there for a check. She says she gets paid either way, whether she's teaching or whether she's on her phone. Listening to the sector.
They take clips and splice and dice whatever they want and send it to this coon, and then he replays it as if it's fact. Okay, this is the stupid stuff that this coon does. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and let him keep talking, because I'm telling y'all, this is the beauty of, you know, the internet, when people talk so stupid, okay, and how it comes back to bite them, because they're trying to put on for the sector in real life, okay, with real life consequences.
Still going to get paid. So no.
Are you talking about what she said on Photon? Are you talking about what she said to Photon the other night?
Yes, I have the clip right here.
Dude, she was being sarcastic. Are you that dense?
Just because somebody's being sarcastic doesn't mean they're lying.
Dude, you can't be that
gullible. You can lie and be sarcastic at the same time.
You cannot be this gullible, man. You cannot be this gullible.
Fuck them kids is what she said.
He really is that gullible, man. That's the crazy part about it. He is that stupid.
I believe everything that comes out of her mouth. Just like she said she took leave yesterday from work and is going to be off the rest of the year. I believe her. Why would she lie about it?
So should people believe everything people said about you?
They're free to. I don't care if they do or if they don't.
Okay. So why do you try to defend it all the time? Why do you go out of your way to defend it if the people are free to believe what they want to? You defend it because you know people are lying about you.
I'm going to always defend myself, but I have a right to do that. At the end of the day, I can't force anybody to believe me or not. So that's on them. But when it comes to her, she said she didn't feel that she had anything to worry about and that she wasn't afraid. So if you're not afraid, why did you delete all your videos? Why did you leave work yesterday and go to the doctor and your therapist? Why did you take off from work? Why did you fill out FMLA paperwork if you didn't do anything wrong? So if she didn't do anything wrong, it doesn't matter what I say.
Listen, that's just, how would he know anything that she said anything like that unless he was following her in every word and move and thing that this woman does? Like, he literally, nobody is putting a gun to his head, making him go and talk to these people, right? Like, nobody is doing that. Nobody is forcing him to have any kind of conversation with these people whatsoever. This is his choice and his doing, him wanting to do this, okay? He does not have to go over there listening to her, recording everything, all of this time and effort it takes to do all that, and then sending it off in the mail and all this stuff. He is the one that is obsessed with her. Like, she needs a restraining order against him. Okay, that's what it sounds like to me. What the hell? How would you know what this woman is saying even as of yesterday unless you were there listening, forcing yourself to listen to what is torturing you so badly. Like, bro, you sound really stupid to actual adults in real life, professional people, okay, who actually listen and know her, okay, and have hired her and pay attention to her work. Like, I don't know why you think this is really going to be a thing, and especially now that we're showing this. Let's go ahead and keep it going now. You sound really stupid. Really stupid.
Right?
You get the Coon Award of the fucking year, bro.
Doesn't matter how many people call her job. Binary didn't get fired at the end of the day. So,
and it's funny because you think
she needs to take responsibility, and she needs to stop being a coon, stop shitting on black people, and she will be all right. But she doesn't want to do that.
And goes back to what I said. Her feelings and her thoughts has been this way from the beginning, and you were cool with her and taking her money. So now what changed? And I'll leave it at that, man. I'm gonna drop off. You could answer that when I drop off.
I mean, I take money from all races, nigga. White people, black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, Middle Eastern people, Chinese people. Like, if you send me money, nigga, I'm gonna take it. So is that your argument that I shouldn't take money from people because they don't like black men? Like, I don't give a fuck about whether you like black men. Send me my money, but you're not going to be teaching these kids, though.
So does that make any sense at all? He said, I don't give a fuck whether you like black men or not. Just send me my money. That's what he said. So he obviously does not care whether or not black people are, are being harmed or black children are being taught by this woman. He has no care in the world about any of that. It's about money or his ego. So if you're not stroking his ego and telling him he's right about everything, then you are a crackhead or the enemy, or he should be calling your job, okay? Or, or the other way around. Like, this is how this man thinks. This is the mentality of this guy. You can send him some money, okay, and he's willing to do anything. He'll overlook anything. He ain't got no problem with it until you push back on him. And then once you push back on him with truth, oh, now he wants to ruin your life, right? And he wants to go with and spin narratives and push narratives and pretend it's much bigger than what it is and act like he's so outraged when he really doesn't care. Like he said, I don't care if you got a problem with black men or not. That was his words. Y'all heard him say it. So clearly he doesn't have a problem with it, okay? But we're going to go ahead. Let me move forward a little bit because Chad T comes up and asks him some very good questions as well. Shout out to Chad T. Let's go ahead.
What you talking about?
Where you makes definitely isn't at work. So all y'all niggas that's not at work, bring y'all asses up there.
Chad, you muted. Chad, you muted.
You hear me now, bro?
Yeah, you good. We hear you now.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, this nigga up here running his mouth about some dumb shit where he just said the pure definition of cooning. You taking money from anybody to do anything.
No,
you the fucking coon, my nigga.
It's not what I said.
Yeah, you did. You just said, I don't give a fuck. I'll take money from anybody. I'll take money from anybody. You cooning, my nigga.
I take money from
you the fucking coon, my nigga.
I take money from all races. How's that a coon?
Exactly. You take money from all races, from anybody. He
literally said he will take money from anybody. He don't care. He don't care if she like black men or not. You just pay me my money. I don't really care. That is what he said. So he only cares if you hurt his feelings. Okay. Now, if you don't hurt his feelings, he don't care what you say or what you do. He gonna get along with you, whether you a racist, a white supremacist, whether you don't like black people, black men. He don't care about any of that as long as you pay him. Okay. Now, and as long as you don't hurt his feelings, and as long as you don't go against him. Okay. Yeah, that's when he's cool.
You just said this shit. You just said this shit.
Take money from black
How's it a coon to be in her chat?
Because she literally said black men ain't shit. We're not capable of forming.
And you took money from her.
Communities.
And you took money from her.
We're just violent savages.
And you took money from her.
Thugs, right? So we not.
You took money. Give her money back.
I don't owe her.
Send her money back then, nigga.
Me nothing, nigga. Why don't you
send her money back then?
Why don't you send her the money?
Broke ass nigga.
Why don't you send her some money, nigga? Why
what
don't
for?
You pay her bills, nigga?
What for? You the bill one need bills paid.
Leaving work. I'm not missing
leaving work.
I'm not.
I ain't never said I left work, nigga. That's you. Stop projecting. Stop projecting. Did you call in today? Did you PTO today?
Shakim has literally told the entire sector on multiple occasions that he has taken off from work just to go live and address Flacco, right? Am I lying, y'all? I'm lying, I'm flying. He has told us I took off because I needed to address Flacco, or he needed to address Ghost or D. Darrell or somebody else. And I ain't going to pull Darrell back in it. But yeah, he definitely has told us that he has been live just to do that, been on video drinking and getting all fucked up, crying with real tears over a grown-ass man who didn't want nothing to do with him. Now, am I lying? Am I lying? Let's go. Shout out to Chad T.
I don't got.
Did you PTO yesterday?
I don't got to do all of that. She's doing that.
You cancel the whole fucking.
He ain't doing no.
You cancel the whole fucking bait to have a nail part.
That nigga's on permanent time off. He's not working. Okay, that's why he has all this time on his hands to go sending shit off to people and all this other stuff. He got Section 8, so it don't matter. And we know he got Section 8 because he told us yesterday that he just passed his inspections on his house. What homeowner has to get inspections every fucking year? The only ones are brand new homeowners. You got to get the house inspected when you first get it. That's it. What are you talking about? If you're getting an estimate of something, you could come out, an estimator could come out and estimate what's going on. But to inspect your whole house, no, sir. That's when you first purchase it. So if you're getting that done, then that means you're on Section 8. Let's go. Let's go. While you talking about April, while you talking about all these people, clearly you're on Section 8.
Party yesterday.
Pay her bills or shut the fuck.
Cancel the whole damn debate to have a nail party yesterday.
The fuck?
How you fuck over LV like that, man?
Or shut the fuck up.
Why you fuck over LV like that, man?
Like, why does he do that? Why does he have to change? Hey, what? Make yourself talk like your regular self. You know you sound like a pussy. Is that why you change your voice? I don't understand why you do that. But y'all can hear the inflections. Even the people that don't know, they'll be able to hear how he talks for real. And then he starts talking like this because somehow in his weird ass mind, everything is a joke and everything is about trolling. You're weird. You're a grown ass man. Get your life together.
Supposed to be bros before hoes, and you dropped LV for the whole nail party. Had your little tea time sipping mimosas and shit over there. You could have did that shit afterwards. You didn't have to shit on LV like that.
What are you talking about? G Gates didn't want the chat to be the judge anyway.
Fuck G Gates. G Gates wasn't gonna be the one debating. G Gates just talked about the money shit.
Nigga. So he sets the rules. If you don't
you didn't know none of that till after you already canceled for your little nail party.
$500.
You didn't know none of that till you canceled for your little nail party.
You come up with $500.
You didn't know none of that till you canceled for your little nail party.
500.
Hey, Carla Martin.
So why are you worried about it?
Who ain't got 500?
You ain't got the 500, so don't worry about.
No, I ain't got 500 to give you.
Stay in the chat, nigga. Don't try to.
I don't sleep on no air mattresses either.
Chat, nigga, you are not the show.
I don't sleep on no air mattresses either.
Show, nigga. Stay in the chat. Where you good at?
I don't sleep on no air mattresses either.
Run, nigga. You don't make the shows, nigga. We make the shows. Any other questions?
Yeah, make the shows and you call in to work, saying you got PTO, then you on here saying all this false shit, man. You fucking with that woman, why?
But Carrie,
you fucking with Carrie, why?
Medical leave,
because she was roasting the shit out your ass.
Yeah.
Because she showed us all them niggas you following, all them bodybuilders your ass looking at. She showed us all them bodybuilders you looking at.
I'ma still be at work, and she's gonna be at.
Well, go to work.
How?
Go to work and stop worrying about her job, then.
Go
to work and stop worrying about her.
He's talking about he's still going to be at work. This dude hasn't been to work in days. He's been on here stalking all the women in the sector. That's what he's been doing. Stalking Carrie Ann, stalking her job, stalking her superintendent, stalking the principal. This is what this man has been doing. You talking about, I'm going to still be at work and I'm going to change my voice to sound like I'm really important and I'm going to have a job and she's, nigga, shut the fuck up and go to work then. Like, why the fuck are you in our face? Why are you trying to convince us that we don't know what we're talking about? Like, I'm going to need you, sir, to please do something, okay? Please get your life together.
Good job.
No, she needs to be
We
more.
Where your
all
students
understand.
at? Ain't you got a university?
No,
Don't you got a university? Where your students at?
of a home.
Huh?
Needs to
Where your students at?
because that
When your
mortgage
semester
is like
start?
$1,700 a month, nigga.
When your semester start? When your semester start?
When Carrie Ann goes back to work, that's
Exactly.
when I'm in Rye University.
Exactly.
When Carrie Ann
Exactly.
goes back to work, that's when it starts.
Scamming ass
Any
nigga.
other questions?
Scamming ass nigga. Nah, we ain't asking questions. We speaking facts.
Are you?
Yeah.
Up for a woman that shitted on black men. So please continue.
Did she shit on black men or did she speak some facts about some black men?
Please continue.
Some of the shit she was saying here, I know some hoe ass black niggas out here like that too.
No,
But that's the thing. If it don't apply to you, then you won't worry about it.
She was talking about men that she experienced this with, and some of y'all really took this like it was like, oh my God, like, and it almost made me feel like even the ones whoever got extra offended, maybe this she was talking about you, but I don't know, like you're kind or something, right? But she never said all black men. She didn't.
She said
if that shit don't apply to you, don't worry about it.
That includes you. So you
don't include me. Because I don't have babies scattered all around here. I don't have 4 and 5 different baby mamas. It apply to some black men, but it don't apply to me. So that shit she can speak, she can speak that shit.
Everybody, nigga.
No, it don't apply to everybody. Slander, do that apply to you?
Nah.
Exactly. That's why you can still fuck with Carrie, because this shit don't apply to you. And I'm sure you know some hoe ass niggas out there like that too, though.
Facts.
Niggas got baby mamas over here, baby mamas over there. She was talking about them type of niggas.
Nah, she
just
said
like when she was talking about her being scared of certain people.
She made a generalization about all black men, nigga. So
no,
I don't care. You try to coon your way out of her statement.
There you go, using the word coon, but you the one who took money.
See, again, these are black men, and they're not offended at all because they know the type of black man that she's talking about, right? And that she has no fear of speaking on. He's the only one. Well, he's not the only one. Him and a couple other people really got extra offended by what she said. And then even they moved on and got over it. Shakim is the only one running around here. She hurt my feelings. She hurt me when she said that there's black men out here that ain't taking care of their kids. And that they're leaving baby mamas out here. And like she hurt my feelings. He don't even have no kids. And he's hurt over this stuff. No, what you're hurt about is the fact that she showed us, like you said here, right? That Instagram, okay? That's got a bunch of black men on it, okay? Showed us your Instagram that you're following all these bodybuilding black men and that you're doing all this and claiming that you're straight, okay? And then telling us that you're straight and you got all these sexy ass, beautiful ass black men all over your Instagram. Like you ain't got a single woman on that bitch, okay? But you got a bunch of black men, like men I would be following, okay? On Instagram, honey. Yeah, that's you, okay? You're the one that's coming up on YouTube and got, while you coming up and you trying to dox people and stuff like that, your internet history is coming up and assless chaps is popping up and you got men kissing popping up and all this stuff and all these things that you're doing. Like you're always taking L's in these streets over your whatever you're feeling and whatever your emotions are. And again, who cares if you are, right? But you're the one fighting over this situation and we're just pointing that shit out, okay? And then you want to pick up other stuff and talk about Carrie's Tootie and whether she been to the doctors and she show you, yeah, I'll show you what my doctor's saying. What's your doctor saying about your blood results now, right? And, where's your deed that you told us you own your property, but yet you getting home inspections every year. You know what I'm saying? And then you telling us, that, you know, you got all this money, you make six figures, yet you're getting home inspections every year. You know what I mean? That means you're on Section 8, sir, okay? But you make six figures, but you got to wait for Cash App to even pull any money out of your account. Like, you can't move money, make money, do anything without Cash App. Like, but you make six figures. Make it make sense, okay? This is what we're trying to say. Now, let's go ahead and go on a little bit more. We're going to cook this a little bit more.
From,
and I'm glad
but you the one took money from him.
Continue, nigga. I knew you was a coon, nigga.
But you the one took money from her though.
So what?
So who really the coon?
So
who really
what?
the coon? You
So
took
what?
money.
So what?
So you feel like she doing that shit, sending her fucking money back.
Why should I send her money
Otherwise,
back?
shut the fuck up.
Like, she owe me reparations.
Otherwise, shut the fuck up. If you ain't gonna send her that little measly $20 back, shut the fuck
all
up.
my reparations from
You
all
talking all this shit and you won't send that woman $20 fucking dollars back.
She used my
You
name.
broke ass nigga.
Nigga, she got clout off me, nigga, so she owe that shit.
Clout off you? Nigga, she destroyed your little bitch ass.
That many people watching her.
She dog walked the shit out your ass.
She ain't never
What is you talking about? Clout off you.
She never had that.
Nigga, she had you scared to come outside, nigga.
Talking about folks.
She had you scared to come outside. You wasn't going live or nothing.
That shit is
sitting over there being quiet, nigga.
All right, so I'm actually going to end this here, guys, okay, because I actually got to go. But I do appreciate everybody for coming in the building. You said the truth hurts some, most definitely. You said he have loving parents, but his teacher helped him. Right, okay? Like, none of my teachers had to buy anything for me. I don't know what he's talking about. He said he sounds like a hurt black woman. Okay, don't make no damn sense. Shout out to Chad T for dropping truth bombs. Salute. You said, how would it apply to everyone, though? And you say he's not following not one woman, but following over 200 men, okay? Beautiful men, too. You said Redbone, all facts. I appreciate all the loungers for coming in, all the new people that will be coming in and checking this out. Make sure that you guys share this show out. Make sure you put all this out on the algorithm so everybody knows. Hit that like so that everybody knows. And, guys, I will talk to y'all later. Truly appreciate y'all for being in the building. And peace, guys. Thank y'all for watching.